Hi, my name is Eric, and today we are going to discuss about loading data from a CSV file, and we'll be loading this information to Power BI Desktop. So if you don't know about Power BI Desktop, it's a free Microsoft tool. You can download and install for free, and you can use it to visualize data in there, maybe charts, and it's kind of a free-form drag and drop canvas, and we'll see that shortly. And to open Power BI, you can just type on a search Power BI if you have already installed. If you haven't installed, you might need to check out my other videos on how to install this without any errors. Anyways, so launching Power BI, just search on your Windows, and this Power BI desktop will pop up. Just go ahead and click, and it will launch. So I'm gonna show you two different ways today. One of them is for a beginner, or if it's a simple task. It's a simple project where you just do this really quick. You're not gonna touch it again. After you're done with this project, probably you won't touch it again, or they won't ask you any other information. Or maybe it's just a small data set, so it's easy to load. You will not be importing any more information. It's not like a dynamic database where you get new information every now and then. Then this is the way to do it. But later on I'll show you another video, or I'll show another way to load the same file, to access the same file, but this time we're gonna be more advanced features. We'll be doing it a proper way, or how professionals really do, especially if you are dealing with a large data set and then the data keeps on adding. You're gonna have to write like DAX formulas. You have to do a lot of minutia in the file. I'll show you a different way, and it works really well with Power BI. Okay, so right now let's do like a quick project as a beginner, probably, or you're working with a small data set, or maybe this is just one-time project. You don't want to invest a lot of time doing it. Okay, so when you launch Power BI, this is the very first window you'll be presented with. So you can literally click here to get the information. Okay, and then there's so many ways you can get to your data source. That's one way. Okay, you can close this window, and if you go into Power BI, you can see on the canvas, this is a canvas. You can also import data from different data sources, or else if you go to fields, also you can click this get data, and you get the information, or to the source you need. And then if you come here on top where it says get data, also you can extract information from any source file you want. Okay, and there are so many types of sources here. As you can see, we do have SQL Server, web, text, CSV. This is what we're gonna be working on today. And then if you wanna see more, you can click more and see millions ways you can connect your data to. Okay, as you can see, and this list keeps on getting updated every day. As you can see, the SharePoint, Access database, Oracle database, IM database, MySQL database, and Amazon Redshift, and many more. We cannot even finish. Okay, so for now, I'm just gonna load data from a text or CSV file, and I'll show you a CSV files here really quick. So this is the CSV files we'll be loading data from, and you can see it's just one file which contains sales report, where it does have regions, it does have countries, it does have item type, sales channel, order priority, order date, order ID, ship date, unit sold, unit price, unit cost, total revenue, and total cost. So if you take a look at it, you know this is just day-to-day transaction. It records the transactions, orders, for every product, or for every order that has been placed here. Okay, so if you take a look, and these are the items, really, these are the actual products and all that. So let's see how we can do that, how we can accomplish that. So I'm gonna start over, go to get data, and we just select this, import data from CSV or text file, and then you're gonna have to browse to where your information is. So for my case, this is the file I need, and if you need this file, let me know. I'll just send it to you. I'll provide a link for you to go there and download the file. Click open. So once you open, the next window which will open is this window here. Okay, you're gonna see the file, you'll see the delimiter here, and the data type detection is based on first 200 rows, and you can be wrong, but there's a way. If you click and transform, you can go ahead and modify that before you load data, or you can load and still there's another way to modify the data type. I'll show you both ways, so you do have options. And again, this is delimiter. We do have a couple of delimiters. So if there's a delimiter which is not here, okay, you can click custom, and then you can set that delimiter. But for sure, we know it's a comma separated file, so it's a CSV. I'll leave as is, and I can see my column here, browse, and I'll just click transform so that you guys see Power Query Editor. And this is the same window, or same Power Query Editor, or exactly the same like the one we have seen in an Excel file. Okay, so this is where it tells you the data type, and if you click on it, you can go ahead and change that. And if you scroll down, you'll see all your columns. Okay, all these columns, and you can see the data types here. Let's look for a date here. Yeah, we do have order date. You can see it's a calendar icon and all that. Okay, so if you want to choose some of the columns, you don't want to include some of the columns. For example, the order ID, I know for sure I'm not going to be using that, at least for now. I can come here and choose columns, and I can choose how I can check that out. So if I check out, if I come back here, it will disappear. Or else you can right click and say remove. Or else you can go ahead and remove it from here. Okay. The other thing here on the left hand side, you can see the query. This is going to be your table name or your model name. If you don't like the name, you can right click here and rename this. So for me, for the sake of learning, let's go ahead and rename, and I just call it sales. Okay. Probably should call it revenue, but either name, whatever you choose, should be fine. And on the right hand side, you're gonna see applied steps. So these are the steps we'll be doing. Any step we'll be performing here to be listed here. So if you take a look here, we do have total revenue and total cost. I can choose to add a new column, And this column, I'll call it total profit. And total profit, we know it's equals to total revenue minus total cost. So to add a new column, I'll go to add column menu. We're on home tab right now. I'll come here, I'll choose custom column, and this window will pop up. So I'll create my column, total profit, and this is going to be total revenue minus total cost. So that's my formula right there. If you're following, you can take a screenshot or you can just type real quick. That's the safest way to do it, because when you type, you may get, or you're gonna run into issues, errors, maybe you put double space, and the column may not be available. And if the syntax is correct, you will see here a green check. So for example here, if I choose something like this, you're gonna see there's a warning and gonna tell you where the error is. So to do that, instead of me typing the column, and you can type really, as long as you choose from the list, that would be great. But yeah, you can, once you do that, you can type, or you can hit enter once you select your column, or else you can come here, choose total cost and hit insert, or else you can, I'm gonna do it again, just double click on it to save yourself time. Go ahead and click OK. Now I'll see my column name, and this column name looks like it's a text, so we can go ahead and say, you know what, make it decimal just like these two, and then it will be fine. And we can leave as is, and if you leave as is, we can also, I should have was it text? I replace current. Oh yeah, text doesn't look good. Anyways, what I can do is remove this. I want to show something. I'll go ahead and create another. So if you missed the first time, you go to add column, custom column, and my column name will be total profit. And then I'll choose total revenue minus total cost. Everything is good, no syntax error is detected. I'll click OK, and then you'll see here, and you can see it's like a text. There is ABC and numbers. So I'm gonna leave as is, and we're gonna see later. And then on the right hand side here, you'll see all the steps that we've been taking. We removed the other column, we added a column, we changed the column, and again we removed the column. Okay, so this looks good. You can go ahead and modify or format more. You can add the other columns, like you can find the difference between these two here, ship date and order date. But for now, for me, I'm just gonna show you a quick way to do this. Once you're satisfied with the changes in Power Query Editor, you can go to a Home tab and click Close and Apply. So you're gonna get this message, don't worry, the information is being loaded, and depending on how big your data set, how large your data set is, it may take time. So once the information has been loaded to our Power BI, so by the way, this canvas I was talking about, you can see build division your data, and then on the right hand side under fields, this is gonna be like your table name or model. If you forgot to rename there, you can right click and rename it. And we do have all these tables here. As you can see, I'm looking for that total profit. It's this guy here. You can see total cost, unit revenue, and unit price. There's a summation here, meaning Power BI has detected these are numbers or decimals, and it went ahead and do the total sum for you. So it's easy now if you bring your visualization to, let's say I'm gonna bring in a card. So to add a visual, you just select the visual. You'll see, and now you have to configure. So you select you check this. So if you check this, it will give you the total revenue. Okay, and it will load. It's 1.33 billion. But if I bring another visual, so to bring another visual, you have to select outside, bring that card again, a new card, and let's try to do total profit. As you can see, it brought the total first profit here, and you can see a total first profit. And if you click this drop down, you will see we do a first, last, count, and count distinct. It's not detected as a total revenue, and that's what it means summation, and it's not bringing the summation. So you have to be careful with the data types. I'm just going to go ahead and remove. And we can change this data type from here. I showed you how to change it from a Power Query editor. But if you click on here and you go to data types, you can see this text. And that's why it's behaving like that. And there's no summation in here. So you can manually change if you feel like Power BI is not doing you a favor. You can go ahead and change this to maybe to decimals. And it will give you a warning that this data type will change and all that. And you click yes, and now it's treated as any other number. You can see the summation. Now if I check this, I should get the total profit. So the total profit was about 400 million. Okay, so now you've learned how to add your visual. So the card just provides the summation of the information and how to get. That's your first visual. And anyways, I was going through columns. You will see you do have order date, you do have ship date. These are dates, so they do have hierarchy. If you drill down, you're gonna see year, quarter, month, day. Now this is not effective. Later on down the road, I'll show you guys how to do with date, how you can create your own dates, how you can create your own year, and all this using DAX formulas. And that's the best way, especially if you'll be dealing with this. You'll be working on a date, you'll be sourcing your data with dates, by dates, or maybe month, year. You might need to do something different, but I'll show you guys later. So for example, now if you want to keep track of total cost and total, let's say cost and revenue by year, all you need is first you select the visual, which is line graph. Now I need total cost. No, I don't need total profit. I need total cost, and I need total revenue. Okay, and here I'm just gonna go ahead and check the year or the year, and I'll get a nice graph here per year. So I'll move this guy here. And I move my total revenue, and this is the total profit. I'll move it next, this guy here. Okay, so you'll see the number of years, and if you want to format, you can go to this format your visual, and there are so many ways you can format. For now, I'm not gonna get to that. Okay, so the other thing which I haven't shown you, we do have a table here where you're gonna see your data in a tabular form. If you wanna take a quick look, and then here we do have our model, and later on I'll show you guys how we can work on this. So when you see all this information is grouped in one table, that means this is one model, and This we call it denormalized form. Okay, there are some advantages of it and some disadvantages. Okay, it's good for analysis and searching, because everything is in one table, but it does have a lot of data integrity issues, and you can see redundant, and at the end of the day there's a lot of not really duplication, but you're gonna see a lot of stuff that have been duplicated, and then the more duplicate stuff, the more space you're gonna consume on your data. So we're gonna get to this later, but for now let's go back to our visual here. So to create a different type of visual, let's say if you want a map, you can just go ahead and click a map here. So we do a field map and we do have other maps. So if I select this, I can go ahead and look for maybe countries. If I check that, you will see my map will populate. And maybe region, you want to know units sold, we can bring here units sold. If you check it, you should see the information in there. Now you can tell this shows units sold by country. Okay, but now we see nice little map. And then let's do one more visual here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add donut. But now look, this is, if I choose this, and or maybe let's try something like this. And then if I click a chart, it will try to change this. You don't want to do that, okay? You want to click somewhere in the canvas and select the chart you want. So I selected this donut, and I can bring in here total profit by region. So I'll check region and I'll use my total profit here, and I can say nice donut, and I can format the way I want. And let's add one more bar graph. How about column chart? Okay, so again, selecting the canvas, you bring your classic column chart, and then we'll do also region. How about we do source channel? Oh, there are two here, and so we do source channel, and let's avoid the cost. Unit cost, total cost. So we'll see here it shows the cost by channels, offline and online. And then you can create so many charts, and the way you like it, really. You can add filters, you can add slicers, and the list goes on. Okay, and you can format the way you like it, how you're going to show it. And this is really quick how you can create a dashboard. If it's a one time or it's a small data set, all you need to do is this, and then if you get new data, you can refresh. This works fairly good, but you may run into issues later. That's not the best way. And let's go ahead and add maybe a couple of, I didn't save it yet. Let's go ahead and first save, and I'll save it under Power BI, and I'll give it a name. This is sales dashboard, and I'll click save. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add like a slicer here. Filters, as you can tell, if I click this, we do have auto filters, but later on I just create another video for just filters. You can filter on this page, and also you can filter on all pages. Right now we do have one page, but when I'm gonna do my next demo about filtering, we can add. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add visualization. I mean slicers. So visualization slicers are like filters, but now you can visually see them. Okay, so we can choose to, I just select that filter, and I can choose, maybe because of the year, I can choose to filter my data by month. And I put this little error, and I move some of the files. I can change the orientation here to a drop down. I don't want a list. Okay. So if I click the drop down, I'll see the month here. I can check more than once, and you see right now it's all. You can change these as you go. This clears the filter. So if you choose, for example, here, you just want January, you can see everything is filtering based on January, March, and all that. Okay. And if you want to format, you can format using this. Okay, so if you want to clear the selection, you can just click clear. We can add another filter. Maybe if you want to filter by region, or you need to add a slicer, actual slicer, I don't know why I'm calling a filter. You click that slicer, and then you select region. If you want countries, you can do for the countries as well. So for this one here, region, there are a few of them. I can make orientation to horizontal. So first of all, I just leave as a list, and then I'll try to format it a little bit. Okay, so I went here to format visual. I see orientation is vertical. I'm just gonna do region, horizontal, and you can see there's a huge difference. And then they're not seen proper, so you can go ahead and modify this or change. But for now, I do have this, and I do have one box here, which doesn't have anything really. I don't like to see stuff like that. So these are the values. If I go to general here, I'll show you one more thing. I cannot find it.